Welcome to Shul Machshava on the Daf. We're holding in Chulin Daf Chavov. As we get to the end of the first parak of Maseches Chulin, the Gemara mentions the Nusach of Havdalah. And the Gemara says that's the Ramash's last words of the parak. That's the Nusach of Havdalah. The Shlo in Maseches Chulin Torah Or Ois Mem Tes says a gewaldig idea. He says, why are we putting together a Mavdil ben Kodesh L'Choil ben Yisrael La'amim? So he says Shabbos is a day of Kedusha. The weekdays is a day of Choil. But if a person goes and he puts his emphasis to go and be Pirish bin Yonir Lam Haza even a little bit, so he's Mekadesh the Choil. He makes the Yimei Chol Kodesh. He says that's why you call the Yimei Chol, you don't call them Yimei Chol. You say Yom Rishon b'Shabbos, Yom Sheni b'Shabbos. You call it part of Shabbos. And he adds, what we started the Masechta with, that's why Maseches Chulin is in Seder Kodshim. Because the Chulin can be elevated to Kodesh. But that's only by Klal Yisrael, not by Umas Ha'olam. So that's the Pshat in the Lashon of Havdalah. Ben Kodesh l'Choil, ben Yisrael La'amim. For Yisrael, the Choil is different. The Yimei Choil has a din of Kedusha. It's not even Choil like by the Umas Ha'olam. By Umas Ha'olam, the Choil is Choil. By Yisrael, even the Choil has Kedusha. Reb Tzadok HaKohen, the Pri Tzadik in Pashas Yisroi, in the Havdalah, he says a similar mahalach. He goes on to say, what shot are we doing Havdalah ala Kois? Kois we know is a time of Simcha. So when you're going into Shabbos, so you be Simcha, Avada, Shabbos came in. But when you're leaving Shabbos, at the time of Havdalah, you have a Kois, you're Besimcha. So he says, you should be Mizboine in the Lashon of the Havdalah that we just mentioned. It all has to do with the Kedushas Shabbos. Hamavdim b'kodesh l'chol is between Shabbos and the weekday. Ben oir l'choshech, Shabbos klapi, the weekday is light. Because the Oregonus, Shabbos has in it the Oregonus, the real light of the world is in Shabbos. So in comparison, Shabbos to Choil is oir klapi choshech. Ben Yisrael la'amim is also Shabbos. Why? Because the time of Shabbos is the time when Am Yisrael gets close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's why it says, that's a goy sheshov as chayav miso. Why a goy who does Shabbos is chayav miso? Because as the Medrash brings, the time of the Yichud of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Am Yisrael. So goy sheshov is as if he goes in, he's interfering in that Yichud room. So K'tiv Tzaddik says, this is the achonah to Yimei Sachoil. Yimei Sachoil, seemingly a Yisrael and a goy are both ois binyon yaguf. Here I don't see the difference between Yisrael and Umas Ha'olam. But when you have Shabbos before and after, that comes and defines the Yimei Chol of Yisrael. The Yimei Chol of Yisrael are just a preparation for Shabbos. He's just doing what he has to, he go back to Ruchnius. They're going from one Shabbos to the next Shabbos, and in between they take care of Tzorchei Guf. And all his tikvahs to get to the level of Shabbos was going to be Panu L'Avodas Hashem. So Yimei, that defines, that comes and shows the chiluk between Yisrael and Umas Ha'olam. That Yisrael, the weekday is not the same weekday. The weekday is Shabbos dik. That's the simcha that you have in Havdalah. You do a simcha to come and say that we're mavdim Yisrael la'amim when you come to Yimei Sachol, how Shabbos goes into Yimei Sachol and elevates that for Klal Yisrael. Similar mahalach is brought down the Shem Yishmuel in Parashat Truma Tafesh Shain Gimel. He says the main nusach of Havdalah, as we see in our Gemara, is ben kodesh l'choil, ben oir l'choshech, Yisrael la'amim. Because ben yom yishish l'shez me'amaise, that's to have only mein chasimo, as the Gemara ends over here. So Hashem Yishmuel refers to what's brought down in Sefer Yitziro, that we have everything oilam shon of a nefesh. Oilam means space, shona means time, nefesh means people. And when we're saying the Havdalah, we're coming to talk about each one, because in every aspect, every dimension, you have that Havdalah. So when you're talking about ben kodesh l'choil, that means between Shabbos and the weekday. That is in the Zman, in time, and that's called Shana. Ben Yisrael la'amim, that's the nefesh, that's the human beings that are different. Now, what is ben oir l'choshech? So he brings the name of the Arizal, that oir v'choshech over here, as a reference to two oilamos, oilam habriya, which is the higher world, and oilam hayetzira. Oilam habriya, it's so shiny over there, you can't really see anything. That's what it means choshech. It's not really choshech. It's too much or, so it becomes choshech. Oilam hayetzira, which is lower, so you can see something. It's like when you look at the sun, you can't see anything. Only when it's a little darker, then you can see something. So says the Shem Yishmuel, Kodesh Kadashim is called oilam habriya, and the Oil Moed is called Oilam Hayetzira. That's the Or L'Choshech that the reason is referring to. Choshech is in Kodesh Kadoshim, and Or is outside. So that's Gabi the Mokim. So Oilam Shana v'Nefesh. Oilam is based on Migdosh, that's Or L'Choshech. The Shana is referring to Shabbos and the weekday, and that's talking about Kodesh L'Choyel. And Yisrael La'amim is the Nefesh, is the Adam. So all three are connected to the Inyan Kedusha in these three dimensions. Anyone who wants to join or sponsor the Shomachshava Shiurim, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.